Hey guys, it's Britt from Even If Candle Company. This video, I wanted to just last minute decided to put out a video on just what even if means to me, and the journey that I've been on so far the past few months, and really just hoping to encourage those who feel the same as I do. So I am in my second year of business, and I can't help but look back and kind of reflect. That's kind of how I am to begin with. I tend to think like really deep into things, and that causes me to ramble. So hopefully I don't ramble too much in this video and you guys get something from it. But I wanted to go over even if first. So while I'm talking, I'm going to just seal a few jars here. But even if comes from the book of Daniel, and specifically Daniel 3:18. That phrase even if is in there. Some versions it doesn't say even if. I think it says if not in some. But anyway, that's where it comes from. And it's an awesome story about Daniel and the fiery furnace. So I do really encourage you guys to look into that. But I was looking back and I'm like, do I believe what even if stands for? Do I stand by even if? Or is it just a name? And I didn't want it to just be a name, so I really pondered for a while, and I'm like, looking back, and I'm like, man, like the past few months, I haven't made many sales. Very rarely I was making any. And, you know, there's so many changes going on in my life right now. So I found it difficult to do vendor events and stuff. But anyway, I was looking at the name even if, I'm like, even if, and I'm trying to like put it into like questions. And there are times, I'm sure all of us do it, that I say what if way more than even if. So as I'm looking back the past few months, I've been feeling really discouraged, guys. Like, man, like why? Like, no, I'm not doing vendor events, and I find a lot of success in those. A lot of people want to, you know, see the candle. They want to smell the candle. You know, it's kind of hard to, especially as a new business owner, it's hard to sell mainly on your website. So vendor events are really key for me. And I wouldn't call it a pity party, but I was feeling really discouraged. I was kind of in a dark place for a little bit because I was thinking, you know, why am I not making any sales? I've been told that people love my product, and I work so hard on these things, and you know, I'm coming up with all these what ifs. Like, what if I don't make a sale again? Or what if I'm going down this rabbit hole of questions, guys? And I really stopped and just started thinking, wow, wait a minute. As a Christian, I'm sad to say I stopped praying about my business for a while. My my business seemed to be going just fine. So when you pray really hard about something and it's finally like starting to evolve and becoming something that you dreamed of, you kind of stop praying about it for a while. And then I noticed that I started going down. Like, I wasn't finding much success with sales. I found that I really got shown that I shouldn't have stopped. I needed to keep praying about it. And I found, unfortunately, it took me a few months to realize that. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Why am I not doing well? Blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, like, I was not praying about my business at all. I wasn't praying for God's hand to be in it. Nothing about my business was being prayed about. And I realized that a week ago. And so I started praying. I'm like, man, like, God, I haven't prayed at all about my business. And, forgive me for not talking to you about it and trusting you. And I'm trying to control all of these things, but I can't do anything without God. And me being human, I quickly realized that I was having no success on my own. Thankfully, it was only a few months, unfortunately, and thankfully, because it could have been a longer time. Why am I calling myself a Christian business? On the back of my thank you and candle care cards, I do put in there a little jot on the business name. And it says, the phrase "even if" comes from Daniel 3:18, which reveals that those who have uncompromised faith, God will do incredible, purposeful, and beyond what you can imagine things. And I really believe that. But I wasn't praying at all about the business. I kind of just realized that my sales were way down. I started praying about it, and I'm not exaggerating. The next day, sales started happening for me. And then I prayed about it again, and God showed up again. And I think it takes us falling on our face to realize that you can't do it on your own. You need all the help you can get. And for me as a Christian, God is the only reason why I'm doing this in the first place. And, just to spread the good news of God around. So I want to make it known that without God, this business would be nowhere. And it was so evident to me the past few months. Without God's hand in my business, I see no success. And it brings tears to my eyes to see that God's hand shows up when you ask Him. And for him to forgive me in itself is a huge deal, but God cares about this business, and he cares about the success of this, and he wants to see it blossom into something bigger. And I need to trust that he cares. I need to trust that he knows what he's doing. He's the one who gave me the idea in the first place. And then thankfully, he's placed people in my life, whether they know this or not, where I was able to get more ideas and make it more of my own business. So yeah, I quickly realized that this I was not doing for a while, and I apologize about that. But yeah, when you start trusting God, man, he can take you places. He really can. And I have so many stories to tell you guys. How many times I failed in my life and how many times he's picked me right back up. And man, it's pretty crazy to see the evidence of him not in my business, and then next day after me praying about it, he showed up for me. And it was just, it was an incredible experience for me. Very eye-opening. I told my husband about it, I'm like, guess what? Slowly, I am learning to turn my what ifs into even ifs. Even if I don't make a sale, God is still there with me. Even if something doesn't go my way in the business, or I don't see the goal that I had in my mind a year ago isn't happening today. Even if that's the case, God is still moving, and his grace and mercy and power shows. It's pretty incredible. And if you don't know God, if you don't have him in your life, then please comment or message me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, any of that. And I would love to just answer any questions you may have. If you're not really sure about the God thing, I would love to help you move closer to him. If you knew my testimony and where I used to be, you would be amazed at what God can do in your life. So I do pray that this business does reveal his love and his incredible goodness in my life. And I pray that you guys can see that yourselves in your own, because he's moving everywhere. It also says on here that it's my hope that you find ultimate peace and comfort in him. And it is. It's not just something that I thought of and just, I want to fill up a space on this card. I really, 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 really want you to find the ultimate peace that he can only provide. Nothing can ever satisfy you the way God can. And man, I told you I can go on rants. But man, I am sitting here thinking I am beyond blessed, and I don't deserve a thing. But God is allowing me to do this really cool thing and somehow utilize Him in it. And God shows up everywhere, and it's just so cool to me. But yeah, I am learning to turn my what ifs into even ifs today. And so yeah, that was the main point of this. Oops, I forgot that I'm supposed to be sealing jars. But even if is not just candles, it's so much more than that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where God's plan takes, where it goes for this business. Just keep praying, guys. Keep praying on that one thing that doesn't seem to be working out for you, or you feel discouraged about. And, don't give up. Don't give up if you don't see something immediately. I hope that encourages you more than anything else. Realizing that there is power in praying. He hears you, and he really cares about your thoughts and your anxiety and fears, and He wants to meet you exactly where you are and show you all the things that can happen if you just trust Him. You don't have to worry about anything. He always provides. Things are looking up, and I'm excited to see. I'm really, really excited to see where Even If goes and how many lives God touches because of this ministry. Keep pushing on and staying on track, and keep looking up. Bye, guys.